So, how has this week as a furry been? Actually, shockingly really good. First of all, I don't want to focus on, I was originally going to talk a lot about the whole recent video I made about like the anti-furry content, but I'm not. One of the things I liked about this week was at the event, which was easily my best event yet, because yes, you saw the video. It's 10 minutes. I had about 25 minutes of footage. I cut it down to 10 because a lot of it was showing people out of their suits, kind of breaking the magic. The final video would have been 15 minutes, but I got it down to 12 and then 10 finally. And yeah, it's really, really good in my opinion, the way it came out. And of course it ends with the big moment, the big reveal. Yes, I'm going to Furpocalypse in 1 month. It's hard to believe that my first FurCon is only 1 month away now. But yeah, so we're going to focus on the positivity because one of the interactions I had there, it finally happened. I do have to discuss this one part. A Christian group was there. They did come up to us, and I've always stated that if something like that happened, I was going to like basically quote a Bible verse at them or something and kind of fight them. But I watched the way that the other two furries that I were with handled it, and I talked to them after that, and they said, you just go along with it. And honestly, I realized I'm so far to the fandom now, I do represent the furry fandom now, so giving them what they want is not the right thing to do. It is, just like them, just probably best if I go along with it and ignore that. So that's what I'm doing from now on. I'm not going to engage with those anti-furry or religious videos or anything. I don't want to drag Shadow into that. I want to keep Shadow positive, so no more of that stuff. Just, I want to keep focusing on my fursuiting videos and getting out there, because that was a great event. The video may look very short, but I was there for 4 hours. It wasn't just them. Actually, you can see the interaction of one group. There was a much longer interaction. You see me start talking to someone about the camera I had. That was a much longer interaction. I just cut it out of the video. You actually see part of an interaction I had with 3 other furries. And then, oh my goodness, that the 2 furries that said, one of them is named Ro. I forgot they didn't message me their partner's name. But you'll see them say, go get some great video. I talked to them a lot. We talked to them about, I talked to them about their fursuits. I was really impressed with their fursuits. I'm going to say it. I think that they have my favorite fursuits. So go watch the video. The people that say, get some good video, those 2, they have some type of sharks. Man, I love those fursuits. I want to know who their maker is. I know everyone loves mine, but I'm still I'm looking for a maker for my first full bodysuit when it's finally time to pull the trigger in a couple of months. Speaking of which, yeah, my new job has actually been going really well because I have brought Shadow into my new job. Not the fursuit. Although some people at the job do know that I'm doing this. But the confidence boost has been noticeable at work because despite the fact that all the tests have been really hard, I knew I could get by that. And I did, and I passed the test. And I made great relationships with people, and I've been on the phone for 2 days now. I'll tell you what, their phone system is a million times better than the one at my previous job. It's so much easier. I was only off the phone for 2 months, so at the new job, just the fact that the phone is easier, I know what I'm doing, and now I'm actually doing it, brought my confidence in there, and yeah, I could definitely see myself getting this new job permanently, getting vacation time, and if the job is secure, then yeah, Anthrocon this year could be a reality. That would just be amazing to end my first year as a furry at Anthrocon, to extend this to be Furry for 54 or Furry for 55, and end it with an Anthrocon video. Wouldn't that be a way to end my first year as being a furry? I can't stop thinking about it now. And I really do want to go there now. I've gone from, I've gone from, am I ready for Furpak to, is it time for Furpak yet? Seriously, I'm so excited. The only time I've ever been this excited before is going to a new ski mountain that I've wanted to do for a long time. I hear great things, and so far, everything that people have told me about the furry fandom has turned out to be true. It's been great. I love going to these events. I do see myself improving, both as a furry and IRL, but that's the important thing. I can't keep improving IRL if I don't improve as a furry, which I am doing. I'm talking to people more. I'm putting myself out there more. I'm getting more subscribers. I'm still doing those weekly live streams. I'm in more groups now. I'm in a Boston group now. I'm in another group, and I am hosting a furry event. This is the big thing. My local group, the Rhode Furs, wanted to know, what else can we do in the fall for the Rhode Furs themselves? I suggested a local corn maze that I go to every single year, including last year. It's still going to make that 2024 versus 2025 video, but as I said, that's going to be after Furpak. But surprisingly, they took it. I called up the corn maze. It was my first time I went to a gaming meet, which I'm going to that gaming meet again. Again, that was another case where I went there a little worried about it because I'd never been to something like that before. But I stuck through it, and after a couple hours, I was having fun, and I can't wait to go back to that same game meet this week. I'm going back there. And that's after Saturday. Saturday, I'm going to be shooting another fursuit video this week, of course. That's going to be at the Furry Field Day. This has been planned for a while. It's with Dasher's group, the Furry Friends Worldwide. So that's great. I discovered there's actually a calendar. I always wondered where these tea rides were coming from. Turns out there's yet another group that I wasn't in. So, at this point in the fandom, I'm still discovering new things every week. Or every couple of weeks at least. Things like this group that I just got added to, where I could see all these. I always wondered where all these events that were not in the Rhode Furs or the Furry Friends Worldwide group were. Yeah, they were on this calendar. There's a New England furry calendar I didn't know about. Ugh. Well, now I know about it. Now I see every event, including the one I'm hosting, which is a little bit of a shock. I went to put it on there to kind of promote it and found out my leader had considered it. He considers it an official Rhode Island Furs event that I'm hosting, unlike that unofficial one that was just me and one guy at the movies. This one was planned 3 weeks in advance, and as such, he made it official. Fursuiting is going to be allowed. I already checked. I know the people who run that corn maze, and apparently the Rhode Island Furs before COVID. I don't know if I can say that yet on YouTube. I know YouTube was finicky about that, but anyway, they went there before that when the group was very small, and they did fursuit. So that was a little bit of a shock. But I reached out to them because I know the owners, and they were like, "Yeah, come on." So 3 weeks, I'm going to be hosting that event. It is an official Rhode Island Furs event, and as I said, when I was to put it on the New England calendar, which I which I discovered thanks to the furries at the Boston picnic. Turns out our events are already on there, so is mine. So I don't know how many furries are going to show up, but I know it's going to be a lot more than my last unofficial event. I'm going to be there in my fursuit. According to these videos, they don't always make the best, but I'll of course do some TikToks, record some of the fursuit in, and get something up for that. I'm going to have fun at the field day, I think. Because at the field day, I know they're bringing laser tag. I always saw fur meets of furries like playing, and so this is going to actually be the first time where, other than bowling, I'm going to actively be doing something in my fursuit. And I understand why, because it's October, so it is getting cooler out there now. So I'm excited for that. I'm having a great week. I had a great week previously. I loved the Boston. Got lucky. Found parking in Boston for $26. Not bad on a Saturday for 4 hours. And I was only about 10 minutes away. A 10-minute walk from the park, from Boston Commons. And putting that one Christian group aside that came out to us, it was an amazing day. I got asked for many pictures, of course. Yeah, the number of pictures I got asked for that day. You can, in the video, it set a record. I count the pictures in the video. I got interrupted 4 times. That's a record. My previous record was 3 pictures. Actually, it's 5 pictures if you count the group picture. So, while the video might not get as many views, at least it doesn't have as many views right now as the apple picking event. I admit the apple picking video might have looked a little better, but I had more fun at this event. This was, would I say it's my favorite event? It was definitely the best of the event I handled best, because I was social, I was outgoing, I was talking to people, which was my whole goal. But would I say it's my favorite? Honestly, I'm going to say yes. I thought nothing would beat the apple picking, but it does. Because I was social, I was out there, and most importantly, I knew when to put the camera away. I knew when to have fun to actually be a furry instead of just recording all the furries, to actually join in the fun. That was a big benefit here. And then, as I said, I've always said, like, I don't care what people think. Now I'm going to act that way. And I'm just going to ignore all the haters like everyone's been telling me to do. And just focus on Shadow, all the positivity that this has brought, even IRL. I'm not stressed at this job like I was at my previous job, because I know at the end of the week, after 5 days of work, Monday to Friday, I know on Saturday, I'm going to be putting this thing on, going out and having fun. So it is just yet another week. I'm surprised. Every week I'm learning something new in the fandom, which just proves that while I have fully embraced the fandom, I'm still new, I'm still learning, and I'm still loving it. That's the most important thing. So, I can't wait to meet, like, Orlando, some of the furries I talked to on Telegram that I will meet at Furpocalypse, and through New England now. And through New England. I've got all these setups now of furries I want to meet, places I want to go, things I want to do as a furry to improve myself, and I am focusing on improving myself also as a furry. What do I need to do? I need to act more animalistic. I need to put the camera away, actually interact with people, and actually use this to have fun. And that is something I have, over the past couple of weeks, started doing. And I love these videos. These are fun. The TikTok live streams are a blast. They are only getting better. So, you will definitely see me out there, fellow furries.